Hello everyone, this is Blankera, and welcome to my universe. Oh. It is, time to do a little bit of stuff with the skirt, and then at that point I think that'll be her entire upper body, the part that actually will show, like, over there. I think that'll be it. Pretty much done. So I'm just taking a look at the waist in particular here, making sure that I still like everything I did there. Because I realized that I kind of did it backwards from how I normally do it, and that the up actually brought the waist up and the down actually brought the waist down, when normally I do it the other way around. But I think in this particular case that is actually correct. And it all looks fine. And then I was afraid I might have made the belt a little bit too jiggly, but nah. I could probably tone it down a little bit, but for the most part I think it's okay. Alright. So I think I'm just gonna go move on to the skirt. So I'm gonna go hide the belt here. Let me just collapse some of these so I don't have to scroll quite so much. And there we go. So just deciding how I want to tackle this. Because there's a lot of skirt here. Some parts are probably going to need multiple parameters, and I will do a little bit with the bottom, but I'm not going to fixate on it too heavily. I never put you in the skirt physics folder. There we go. So I'll just call it skirt physics, and we'll just kind of decide what to do from there. Okay, I think I have some idea. I'm gonna keep it pretty weak, though. And I do not think I will use the mesh group. I thought about it, but I don't think I want to. Because I don't think I want to move... Well, I don't know. Choices. Okay, I'll give it a try. I'll see if this does what I want, or if it's just nightmares. That looks like nightmares, so... The big thing is that I want to make sure I don't move the edge. Like, at all. Like, I could probably move it a little bit, but... I do not really want to move the edge up there. That, I guess I will do manually. Oh, shoot. I missed, and it made me click off. Very rude. Okay, so I just have these ones selected. So I'll do a little tiny twist through here. And after I kind of get the basics down here, then I will worry about some specifics in specific places. No, I do not want it to move up and down. We're gonna try to keep everything as kind of on the left and right as I can. Let's see, I think that should be okay for the tummy area, but it's still kind of... I don't know, I think that's okay. I think that's actually a fair amount of movement too. Let me see how it looks. Just a little wiggle. Yeah, just a little wiggle. Okay, cool. So actually, I think that was probably good. And now I can kind of do some of the more detailed stuff that I want. I want a little bit more wiggle just right kind of around her tummy. This is a pretty high-waisted skirt, so this will be tummy area right here. And then let me take a look at this again. I'm just figuring out how I want to move some of the folds in her skirt here. But I think this is actually pretty good. Okay, and then down at the bottom, I did a little bit of the movement that I had planned down here. Okay, so this is connected like that. I want to move these little flappies down here. Move this guy over just a little bit more. Be all fancy. This is one area that I was kind of looking forward to rigging, just because it looked like it was going to be able to flop around and have a fun time. But I'm going to keep it pretty simple, since I am not moving her legs at all otherwise, and I think moving it too much will just make it look weird. But I will move it a little. I think I'll move these two spots together. They'll just kind of come out just a touch. Just a touch. Just enough to be interesting, you know? Okay, that should look pretty good once I clean it up. Yeah. Go ahead and point that in a slightly different direction. And then I'll clean that up in a little bit. I put it on the corner. Of course I did. Anyway, I'll clean that up in a little bit. I want to do the other side first. This way I can check what I'm doing. And let's see, how big do I want this? Just a little bit of a squish right there. Enough to let it kind of blow over just a little bit. And then I'll attach these other parts once I'm kind of satisfied with the amount of twist in it. I'm not going to move the zippers yet. Those will get their own parameter. Okay, so far so good. I think this covers most of what I want to do, so nice that I was able to get that done pretty quickly. So I'm just going to do a little bit more work with the folds here. Once again, just enough to make them interesting. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, let's clean everything up here. First, I'm going to go ahead and attach these parts here. Let me see, how are they supposed to look? They just go into the edge, right? Yes. So this part kind of denotes the front and this part the back, and this is where they connect, and I just gotta put them back together. Because they came apart while I was moving stuff around. I think that is fine. I'll just straighten through here a little bit. And man, I made that mesh really, really fine. All right, now I'll do the same with the other side. Easy peasy. This was cut pretty well, so I will very easily be able to just attach everything. I remember when I was cutting it, I was debating on whether or not I wanted to separate this front part. And I think I'm glad I didn't. Not just because I ended up keeping her lower body very, very simple. But I think it just would have been unnecessary. Once again, just more stuff I'm mentioning to myself for the sake of the future. Just kinda keeping that in mind. Okay, there we go. I feel like that is connected. Although, looking at it, I think that I might want to push in the side here just a touch more. Let it get a little bit closer to the loopy part underneath. Or on top of it, I guess I should say. Which will require me to move that piece I just shoved into place, but that's fine. It's fine to change your mind. It happens sometimes. And I do not feel like this particular part is difficult to shove into place. Alright, and now I just kind of need to straighten out some of the parts here that got a little wrinkly from all the moving. Well, let's find all of those spots there. Let's see. How did you get all messed up? And man, this is a mesh. Huh. Oh no, that's the wrong layer. That's why that's a mesh. Okay, there we go. This makes a little bit more sense. Unfortunately, it's also, like, immensely more complicated. So... let's work out the areas that were just super duper wrinkly. I can generally tell which ones they are by the vertices just... I guess not being in a straight, even rows when they should be. And I can also look at the texture itself and be like, man, that looks kind of weird, doesn't it? Huh, is this supposed to be shaped like that? Apparently. Okay. I just noticed that there was like this weird thing that looked like a hole here, but no, that's just how it looks, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's just how it looks. Okay. Just making sure. Sometimes when I zoom in really close like that, I lose a bit of perspective on how everything normally looked. And some things can look stranger than I expect. That's where comparing things to the original is pretty helpful. Because I can just look at it and just like, oh, they look the same. Okay. Not gonna worry about it. It's either I did everything right, or I cut it out wrong, and in which case, within the current restraints I am operating under, also not my problem. Not much I can do about it. Okay, so just gonna straighten out all the little folds here. Another case of, oh man, I meshed this so finely. I can tell I had a vision here. I was definitely looking forward to putting physics on this. I do apologize, past self, that we're not going to be doing quite as much as maybe you were hoping, but it's okay. Today is still the day. We get to have some fun putting physics on this. It's going to be great. Love putting physics on clothes. So much fun. Is that probably fine? I don't know. It is still kind of a nasty little wrinkly spot over here that I should probably fix. Let's see. What's wrong? What's wrong, little vertices? You look so upset over there, and I don't really want to leave you like that. I'd just be kind of sad. Okay, I think this is fine, though. Is it, though? Okay, still a little wrinkly right through there. I keep wanting to say it's fine just because this is so low down and I am not doing like anything with her legs, so I don't want to dump a whole lot of time into it. This is where I have to be like, you know, maybe it's okay to be just a little bit lazy. Okay, that I actually do think is okay. On this side, I would like to make things just a touch straighter through here. Just gently, gently push him over. Okay, yeah, that should be good. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, just enough for a little twist. And then I'll put a little bit more physics down here later and on the zippers separately. But I think that's everything in this area that needs physics. Okay, and just for the sake of my curiosity, can I do that? Can I do that, or will everything panic? Mild panic. Only mild panic. Let me see. How did up here work out? The pocket didn't move correctly, but I can fix that pretty easily. I feel like the folds in her skirt and a lot of that stuff actually moved pretty decently. So yeah, I think I'll keep it, use it as a start, and then just manually adjust a few things that I want to fix. Like I want to push this fold over just a little bit more. And then I will have to fix a lot of the things down here. The bottom part I might actually do on its own. Because that seems to be the part that didn't translate nearly as well. So sure, let's unset those. But you know, the stuff up here, I think this all looks good. Sans that one pocket. But I think this is a lot easier to do than starting from scratch, so... Yeah. Alright, so I'll just kinda gently shove things out here. Very, very gently. This is still just a little wiggle. Just a little. Okay, now she can do a little dance. Little little dance. Okay, let's do the bottom part. So let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I will start with the part that fans out further, so that'll be these two. And we'll let them fan out just a little bit. And I will give them just a little fooshing. Just a little. And I think that is about the same amount of what I did on the other side. Let me go ahead and make the center part whoosh out to the side just a little bit more too. I find myself a little underwhelmed with its current level of whoosh. Okay, I think that's fine. If anything, it's a little bit too much, but I think it's pretty okay. We'll tone back the foosh just a little bit there and let it foosh kind of like this. There we go. That should be enough for a little wiggle. Okay, and now I will get the other side here. And they will come on over here. Just kind of up against her leg. Not all the way. I don't want it to squish all the way up against her leg. Just because I do not want to make it look like it is moving that much. Like, there shouldn't be much force here. This is a gentle wiggle. The gentlest of all wiggle. Not too much going on. Okay, and much like before, I think I want this back part to come just a little bit closer to the floof here. But I think the relationship they have over here is fine. So I will push the bottom here just a little bit closer. Just adjust the proportion a little bit. Yeah. That'll be a nice little wiggle. I guess I have to worry about her ankles, though. Yeah, that's right. She has ankles that were covered up by all of this. And I didn't draw them very high. Oh dear. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? I should have drawn a little bit more leg. Alas. It's okay. I think that there's something I can do here. Can I get away with just moving this down, like, just enough here? Okay, there we go. Ankles covered. We are no longer producing content that will offend Victorians. Okay, and then the center part is a little bit short. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit longer, which will also help cover her ankles a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Let me make sure that nothing gets exposed in between here. Just gonna move back and forth very slowly while I zoom in, but it looks like I got him pretty well covered. Right here is like the only questionable point. But I think this is okay. But just to make sure, I'm gonna go ahead and take her ankle there. Since this is all just one solid color, I'm just gonna cheat. Let me see, where's her foot? I'm just gonna cheat and go ahead and pull it upward just a little bit. It's one solid color, so I don't have to worry about it looking stretched or anything. Yeah, okay. Should be good. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start straightening out all the floof here. Make this look nice again. Give it all just that little bit of movement there. I am learning new things again. Just, man, I severely underestimated in several places just how much extra space I would need. So that is something I will take with me into the future. Draw more random stuff to fill in the void. Just so things do not look awkward or terrible. Yeah, there we go. Looking much nicer and smoother already. And that was just some quick adjustments here. Not even very precise, just kind of moving things along. Still feels a little bit wrinkly, so I will have to fix a little bit more. But I think before I do that, I want to attach the front and the back on this side again. There's like a little spot of a dress peeking through there that I don't think should, and it doesn't look good. So I want to make sure that is covered up. It's one area where maybe once again I did not draw quite enough. There we go. I think the bottom is still not quite attached, but the rest is looking pretty good. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. So now let's get back to just kind of straightening out some of these areas that do not yet look the way I want them to. So I feel like I've done the majority of the adjustments needed. So now this is just some small stuff. Just doing that last bit of straightening. I really have been looking forward to working on this area. Skirts are really, really fun to put physics on. And this kind of has an interesting combination of just the general skirt-based floof in these white parts, and also a lot of swinging in like this gray part. I am gonna have to restrain myself considerably. Because otherwise I'll do what I did yesterday with the bells and just make it swing all over the place, and it won't make sense, but it'll be so much fun. To an extent, I must still do what makes sense. It's okay, someday I'll do a, like, full body model and have the whole thing just go all out and everything and go just be able to have a complete blast. I look forward to that day so much. Okay, I think that's probably fine. There were a couple of areas that were maybe questionable, but nah, I think we're good. I think all is well. I'm gonna rotate the corner of this one just a bit more. I wanted to give it just a little bit more foosh. See? Now it's going that way. Just changing the direction slightly. It's actually surprising how much that kind of thing can make a difference, because now it's pointing in the direction that I want it to go. See, you got a little corner here, and now it's pointing that way instead of curling back around. And that's what really makes the difference. But when you want something to foosh, just point it in the right direction. And if it's getting caught on something, then really make it look like it's getting caught on something. Depends on how much you want it to foosh. You see, I said that I was deliberately not letting this part get caught in the leg because I didn't want it to foosh that hard. So if I did want it to foosh that hard, oh yeah, you can bet it'd be getting caught against your leg. Because that kind of thing just really sells movement. It feels good. I mean, even in a static image with no animation at all, that kind of thing can do a lot to make your picture seem more lively. Alright, let's go ahead and attach this. And as always, it depends on the kind of thing you're going for. If you're going for something more calming where, you know, you don't want to make it look like there's a lot of movement in the clothes, then, you know, don't do that. But if it's like an action pose and the character's like doing something, then that's a good thing. Or if you want wind to blow through your character's hair and clothes, then letting it kind of get caught in their body and head is a really good way to sell that. So I think when it comes down to it, art is more about feeling than raw just... Oh, what's the word I want to... Oh, I'm thinking of here. Matching of reality, I guess. I mean, I think that's especially true when we're dealing with anime here. Because, I mean, nobody has eyes that big, so you can just kind of do what you want in order to get the feeling that you're going for. Put it all into that feeling. So here I'm just... I noticed that some parts of the little flap here were caving in weird places. Yeah, it's just a side effect from using the brush to do big movements like that. So I'm just going back through and smoothing out some of those spots. This side actually isn't as bad. Alright, let's see how it's moving. Can she do a little wiggle? That's a little wiggle, alright. I think I still want to move this fold a little bit more. But yeah, this one should be pretty fun once I get it all done. And I feel like it's coming along pretty quickly. Already got 2 of the ankles done, and it hasn't even been like 40 minutes. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I think this is fine to leave it like this, so let's go ahead and do up and down. So let's see, how do I want to handle that? I think once again, I'll just grab the interior. And we'll just push everything down a little bit. No. I can't grab those ones. I have to start from down here. Because I don't want to move the top. I do want to move the bottom a little bit. I just really do not want to move the top. Okay, it looks ridiculous. Perfect way to start. Okay, I think that kind of start will actually help me out a bit. So let's push some of this stuff down. But the rest I definitely have to do manually. Okay, this part is going up too much. I definitely knew what I had in mind, but I overdid it. Basically, I'm trying to make the center look like it's going down just a bit more than the sides there. Give it a little bit of perspective. So that's kind of how I make stuff look round. Like, this part of her body is clearly very round. I mean, there's like a solid circle right here. So I'm trying to give it a little bit of roundness. But I want to keep the distance between the shadow and the pocket fairly consistent. And right now, I am still pushing it up a bit too much, so gotta pull that back down. Yeah, there we go. Now it's doing what I want. So I'll just keep doing that for all of the other shadows and highlights in this area. Kind of move them down a bit. I still want this one to be pointing the same direction though. You can see on here it kind of goes upward, and I changed it so it goes kind of downward, and I don't like that. I still want it to go roughly the same direction. Okay. Still just kind of doing a little bit of basic stuff on the folds here. But I'm almost to the bottom, which is nice. Okay, so I get to have a... Oops. Oops. Okay, we're good. Just hiding layers when I didn't mean to. But yes, I get to have a little bit of fun with the centerpiece here. With what I want to do is... We're gonna get caught in this, but that's fine. I want to squish it. I want it to be squished. We're gonna be longer and skinnier. It's just gonna be squish. And that'll give the kind of feeling that I want for here. Yeah. Nice and squished. Okay, now let's get those outer parts. So that'll be you and you. And once again, they are gonna squish inward. Get a little bit longer and squish inward. Won't have to worry about ankles here, but I'm a little bit worried about the downward, where I have to push everything upward and outward. I might have a bad time with her ankles there. We shall see. Okay, let's see how this moves. Anything else I want to do? I think I still want to move this part down just a little bit more. Okay, that seems pretty good. That's enough wiggle. I think I'm satisfied with this amount of wiggle. Yeah. Alright, I'll just go through and attach stuff, clean stuff up, and all the usual. Now that I have everything roughly in place, I just gotta make it look nice. That is all that is left here. Very exciting. Oh, I'm glad that this one turned out to be relatively easy. I always worry about these things, you know? When I'm just like, okay, I know I'm being super self-indulgent by working on the lower body here, but I'm sure it'll be fine as long as I keep it fairly simple, right? Right? But in this case, yeah, it worked out. Worked out, and I do think it'll make the model look a little bit less stiff. A little bit less stiff in that lower body. Alright, I guess while I clean this up, my husband and I finished Satisfactory today. We had a pretty good time. We like factory games. Always have a pretty good time with it. And this is one where I feel like it had a lot of really good ideas. But I'm not quite sure if they executed them as well as they could have. I feel like this is one where they would have really benefited from making the map about half the size that it was. Just because it actually is kind of a pain to move your resources around such a big area with lots of vertical terrain. Those things are great if you're making an exploration-based game. You know, big maps with lots of verticality and stuff to try to traverse. But I feel like it's less good when it's a factory. When you have to figure out how to get belts and stuff over it, and they're kind of afraid to give you the tools. I think the biggest critique I had for them was that they seem very afraid to let you be powerful. And to give you tools that make you very powerful. But overall, I had a great time. I like Ada. She's the best. I was sad that the game didn't end with her just going full rogue AI and doing rogue AI things. Because I was so on board with her taking over the world, man. But I actually did think that the combination of a big world to explore and a factory game is actually a pretty cool one. Because it means that there's pretty much always something to do. Like, if you're waiting for certain resources to stack up, you know, just go out, go look for the stuff in the open world that will improve your factory. There are lots of those kinds of items. Go do that for a little while, let your things stack up, and then come back and, well, there you go, you got stuff. It makes the game a little bit more forgiving than something like Factorio, where if you're inefficient with your design, then you're going to be waiting around a lot. I describe Factorio as a fairly sweaty factory builder, and I think Satisfactory is the cozy factory builder. Very cozy, very forgiving. If only it would let you get super strong. Ah. But even a lot of the endgame stuff, it has a pretty severe limits. It was a little bit sad, and they never give you a helicopter. That was the one thing I was sad about. It's like, man, when am I gonna get my airship? Okay. So I feel like the edges there are all nice and connected now. So I'm gonna go straighten out the center part now. For the most part, it's fine. There's just a couple of points that got a little bit bunched up here. Probably just the points where I was shifting where I was going with the brush. So now I just kind of gotta smooth them out a bit. I think this is fine. Maybe there. Yeah, let's get there too. Okay. Let's get that inner floof. Actually, I don't think the inner floof is looking too bad this time, so I can probably get away with just a little bit of straightening. I am looking forward to physicsing this just a little bit more, though. It's kind of a pain to work with, but I think it's going to be so much fun to just swing around a little bit more. And I am already looking forward to it. Man, I haven't even finished the first parameter, and I'm just bouncing up and down, getting ready for the second one. Someday, I will make a model that tracks well enough that you can see proper bouncing. That day will come. But man, I have so many other things I want to do too. I wish I could just do everything. Having to pick and choose is so hard. This side actually didn't get too bad off. And this time I'm gonna point this corner downward. You point it downward. I think you're fine the way you are, actually. I'll just point this one downward just a little, and that will give it a little bit more downward momentum feeling. Alright, let's see how it looks. No, we got some stuff over there that doesn't look right. Look, I'm really, really excited to do the next physic. I gotta take the time to straighten out all these things. Otherwise they'll look bad, and that would be so sad. Okay, there we go, that's good. I can't let myself get impatient. It's so easy to let myself get impatient, though. But I can't. Cannot let it happen. I actually want to straighten out over here a little bit more. I do not yet think it looks good. And like I said, I gotta carefully look at each thing and not let myself get impatient. Gotta! Okay, and now that I look at it, I'm not actually sure if this pocket is moving. It is not moving at all, and it should move at least a little bit. Where is the pocket? But seriously, where'd it go? I am blind. I cannot find my layers again. Why can I not find it? I could probably find it over here. But I should see it in my layer stack here, but I do not, so something got collapsed. Oh, there it is. Okay. I collapsed this. Didn't notice. All is well. Did have me worried for a second, though. Alright, that is some nice wiggle. So let's go ahead and do the bottom here and pray I do not run into ankle-based problems. I'm pretty sure I'm going to, so I am concerned. I am a little bit concerned. Okay, I think that is a good start. I'll just move things up a little and I'll go from there. Same idea all the way through, we just move some stuff upward and kind of outward a little bit. Same with all the little folds through here. And I will just start with those, but honestly, I think this is fine. We'll see if I change my mind once things are moving a little bit more. I'm not going to worry about her angles immediately. Let's see, is this moving up enough? Yeah, I think it's mostly moving up enough. So if I just kind of fatten things out here. That thing's kinda splay. Oh, good. It looks like I won't have to worry about ankles because of it. Heck yeah. Yeah, that's a nice little poof. I think I like it. Okay, let's get these outside parts. We'll make them go poof too. They go wee. Just a nice little poof. Yeah, that should be good. I want it to be a little bit more poofy. No, I think that's the perfect amount of poof. Alright. Is there anything else I want to move around? No, I think I'm just gonna go right into cleaning it up. I think we're good. I will poof out these back parts just a little bit more, separate them from the inner floof, just to make things look a little bit more poofy. And I am so glad that I didn't have to worry about her ankles. That makes me feel so much better. I am glad when things work out and these things can still cover all the things that they need to. Alright, where did things get bunched up here? Somewhere kind of in this area. And I will let you fan out just a touch. I think that will look nice. Alright, so now I'll just straighten all this out again. Details. Save me from them. Oh, they're so beautiful, but they're such a pain. Just like, man, why is art like this sometimes? Okay, still not satisfied completely there. Let me pull some of this over here. Just felt like some of the vertices here got a little compressed somehow. And I want them to be free. It's like this is a whoosh. This is where things floof, as opposed to squish. So they must be free. All must be free. Very important. And I do not think it is sufficiently free. Okay, I think the top part's fine. Well, the part I don't like is down here, so it looks like I got most of it. So now I can just smooth out the very bottom here, and then I think everything will be fine. Yeah. Yeah. But it definitely got to be smooth, because... that area just looks a little confused right now. Let's see if we can help him out. Make it so it's not quite so wavy. It's like, I know I said that I want things to be wiggly, but that's not quite what I meant. But don't worry, we'll help get you into place. And everything will feel so much better, I promise. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Other side is looking a bit better, actually, so I think I will have less to worry about, but I do want the ends to floof just a touch more. There we go. I was not quite satisfied with the amount of floof I had there. And that is just such an unfortunate thing to be disappointed with, so naturally I had to fix it. I don't mess around when it comes to floof. Okay, I think I still have to connect the skirt parts here, but I think everything else is looking pretty good, so let's go ahead and connect these guys. Get that looking nice. Very exciting. And then I will take a look at the corners and pray that they just work out for me. Because, oh man, am I so ready to just make everything here super floofy. I am so ready. I will have to exercise much restraint, but I am still just so ready. Yeah, I still don't think that I should flop things around too much down here. Just because the legs are not moving at all, and so if it's super duper floppy, it's just gonna look kind of weird. Like it's possessed. That's kind of how I felt about the belt when I kept changing my mind yesterday. Where I'm just like, okay, I really, really like the floppiness, but holy cow, does it look possessed. Belt just had a mind of its own, and I couldn't leave it like that. Belts are unfortunately just inanimate objects, so I don't want them to look like they suddenly developed sentience. It would make them look distinctly less belt-like. Alright, there we go. We got a nice fan. Let's see how it looks. Just go up and down and up and down and up and down. I think it looks pretty good. Let me zoom in a bit and check corners. Just make sure that there's nothing around her tummy looking kinda awkward. Looks like it's talking. Hello, I am Skirt Folds. I am here to wiggle. Yeah, this is the part I was a bit more worried about. And indeed, it does look like some parts need to be kind of straightened out a bit. And that these parts are not properly connecting, so... Well, let's go ahead and do that. I do not actually think it'll be that problematic. These problems do not look that bad. Just want them to be a little bit straighter, a little bit smoother. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little bit better. Let me see, how do I feel about the folds themselves? I think it's a little bit bumpy in a few areas. Let me go ahead and attach this part real quick, and then I'll go ahead and smooth those guys out. Let's see. Let's see here. What do I gotta do for you guys now? What do I gotta do? Not surprised that the interpolation warped things a little bit. It tends to. Just sometimes it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, I think that's okay. And... let's see, I kind of want to straighten out this part of the skirt too. I'll do that before I go do the other side. Just work my way from left to right, I suppose. Or whatever order I happen to feel like. For now, this is what I have chosen. As always, I can do what I want. Okay, and here's looking a little bit lumpy too. So I'll go ahead and smooth that out just a touch. And I actually think here's looking a little bit lumpy too. So that will also need to get smoothed out a touch. I'll go ahead and connect this part again. Before I go in and smooth out the rest of the floof there. I don't actually think the floof is looking too bad on this side. But I will still double check it and make sure that all is exactly as I want it to be. Why do I keep wanting to click up there? I don't know. But I do. Alright, let's get that floof. Let's get it. Make it nice and smooth and straight and as floofy as I want it to be. Let's see, there's still a little bit of a lump right there. I think I know how to resolve that, though. I think rather than straightening out, what I actually want to do is push a lot of the stuff down here a little further to the side. This needs to... that needs to be straightened out, though. It's okay, I think that's just the point where the brush wasn't hitting, so... he got a little bit confused. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and check the other corners. I'll check the other upward one here. Down here, still a little bit awkward. I'm glad that the upper parts at least worked out well. So... let's go ahead and start straightening out down here. It looks like I'm gonna have a bit of straightening to do in all four corners, unfortunately. It's delaying my gratification. Making me wait to go play more with physics. Make me wait before I can actually see how this looks on a pendulum. But I will be patient. Always am. Honestly, I think the piano music helps. Doesn't feed into my mind's greediness of wanting to see the next step. And I can just keep going. Keep going and going. Make sure everything is nice and smooth and nothing looks wrinkly and everything is just where it needs to go. It's all very important. Because I've showed a few times on here that if your rigging is kind of bad on your physics, then the physics will look bad too. So, gotta pay attention to these things. And I do not want bad looking physics. I mean, that's just so sad. That would just be so sad, and I don't think I could handle it. I'd look at it and all these things that are just supposed to be fun, wiggly, and free, just crying out in poorly rigged torment. And I would immediately feel compelled to go fix it anyway, so might as well get it right the first time and not make the vertices very sad. Alright, I think that looks good. So now I'll go do the center part again. There are some spots in there that look a little bit weird. So we'll go ahead and correct those. Might be moving a little bit more than I bargained for there, but I do not think it's picky enough to make me compelled to be particular about that. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, now let's just make this look a little bit less like it's defying gravity. Just push everything in a little. There we go. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. And then I'll just continue smoothing everything out, as always. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but that's okay. I can take as long as I need. My brain can handle not being able to do the next part for as long as necessary. Don't worry, brain, it'll come. Just wait for it. And it'll look so much better if you make this look good too. Alright, then after this I can actually see how the lower corners are going to treat me. Why are you... Oh, Vortex did get selected up there somehow. Not sure how that happened, but here we are. But yeah, we'll see how the lower corners are treating me since I got both the upper ones here done. And if I'm lucky, maybe they'll be a little bit nicer. And I won't have to do quite as much. Always a mystery on how corners are going to feel. They're very temperamental, you know? Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. Yeah, we definitely got some spots that need some touching up. Doesn't look too bad, though. I don't really see anything like defying gravity or anything strange. It's just, you know, it gets a little bit crunchy sometimes. That's all. I just kind of straighten things out and then all will be well. Okay, cool. Yeah, that looks much better through here. I want to do a little bit more on this side, but let's get the floofy parts over here first. Let's see, what do I gotta do to fix these? They're just kinda go in several directions. If it's one thing I found, you cannot change your mind in physics. You go all in. And if you have spots trying to go both directions, it's gotta look silly. I mean, makes sense. If they're trying to go both directions, there'd be no directionality to it. It just tried to go everywhere and do what it wants. As opposed to reacting to other movement around it. Okay, now I just have all these little guys in here. I'm never quite sure how to move them. So I just kind of poke at it until I'm like, okay, that seems alright. Doesn't normally take that long. Sometimes it's fine to just kind of feel your way through. I do that with drawing a lot. Just look at what's there, and then being like, okay, what does this need more of? What does this need less of? And go from there. I find that very effective with expressions, actually. Sometimes I'll make the expression myself, and I can use the way that my facial features are, like, aligning to determine just which areas I should exaggerate more and that kind of thing. I have been having fun with just big expressions and lots of dramatic lighting lately. I was actually going to try to draw one of my original characters in like the style of a Renaissance painting. Do something a little bit more in the semi-realistic side. But admittedly, I am just having more fun with just crazy anime expressions and that kind of thing. Weird perspective. Also kind of the stained glass style that I use in the header of my channel page and on my Ender Lilies thumbnail. I've been having a lot of fun with that too. I think it looks really good. I love it. I want to keep working on it, and with any luck, I'll be able to use an art style like that for my comic or something. I would like to do that. I would definitely love to do that. So you can expect to see me developing that more and seeing what I can do with it. So I actually don't look too bad. Got a little bit of weirdness right there, but that's about it. Been a bit sad. I've had a lot of stuff going on, so progress on my comic has stalled somewhat. It's okay, I still think about it often, and I am slowly but surely outlining everything that I want to happen. I am insisting on writing the story first. I'm always amazed by these people that can just start writing and update frequently without knowing where the story is going, where they have to write the script and draw the comic at the same time. I'm just like, Jesus, I don't know how you people do that. Don't know how you do it at all. So I kind of want the story written before I start doing too much work on the art itself. That is just the choice I'm making. So this way, hopefully, I will have less to do. And I can focus on delivery there. Alright, last one. Yeah, this one not too bad either. Bad enough that I do have to fix it, but not so bad that it'll be painful to do so. Okay, and over here, just little bit of spot where I thought it was folding a little bit too sharply, so kind of smoothing that out. And you can see here there's like a little dent and a bump, and I don't know what's going on, so well, let's fix it so I do know what's going on. That's just the way to go. And we'll see if I actually manage to finish the skirt today. Oh no, that's right, ankles! I completely forgot! Okay, so we have problems on this side. The shoe's not working either. Okay. No, this is an easy fix. All I gotta do. I take this, and I take this, and we just casually cover it up. We pretend like this is not happening. I completely was not looking down there, so I just missed it. Let's see? There you go. Problem's gone. There are no problems here. Don't worry about it. I guess I'll be fine with showing her feet like that, because, I mean, this is just how it looks by default on this one, so I think that's okay. Okay, now I have to figure out what I'm gonna do about this. Indeed. Okay. So for the first part, at least with a little bit of ankle showing over there, I can just do this. And it'll be fine. This side, however, thinking noises. Oh dear. Okay, I take the nuclear option. Can I just... It still looks like an ankle. Does it look weird when it moves? Okay, a little bit here, but I did also move the ankle on this side. So maybe I can just consult the mesh a little bit, and it can show me what the problem is. Okay. No, I have an idea. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but it should work. And I guess that's what matters in the end, right? As long as it works. Yeah. Okay, I think it's working. I just need to kind of perfect it. I'm glad that it's one solid color. I would not be able to get away with this if this was as textured as much of the other parts of this drawing are. But the fact that it is one solid color means I can get away with a lot more. I can cheat. I can cheat so hard. And that's just what I'm gonna do here. I am not gonna be overly concerned. As long as it looks convincing, and I have not seen any signs of socks, so... So I'll just take a little bit of time to really get the shape right. I'm gonna stay nice and zoomed in So that this way I can really scrutinize it. The shape probably won't be perfect, but as long as it's close enough, I think that'll be okay. 'Cause this is just for physics. It will not be staying on this location. Oh god, I am terrified at what I'm gonna have to do for physicsing the dress again. Here's hoping I do not have to do any dramatic ankle shaping again. This is the only part it really matters though, so it should be okay. And I think this looks fine. The angle changes very slightly, but I do not think it is enough to really be noticeable. Yeah, this is fine. The house is only slightly on fire. It's fine. Okay. Back to what I was doing. All is well. I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay, so how do I want to clean this? How do I want to fix this? I am not actually sure. But this is working, so I guess I'll keep doing it. Yes. I do think that this is working. It's gradually getting smoother and smoother. There might always be a little bit of waviness to it, but since this is physics, I think it's okay. Let's see, how is that supposed to look? I guess that's fine. Let's see, a little wavy through here still, but otherwise I think it's okay. So let's fix that point that's still a little bit wavy. I did not need this many dots, my goodness. Oh, Pastel, you were doing your best. I appreciate you, but please stop. It's okay, we can chill out on the dots. It'll save you a lot of time, too. Okay, I think that's all right. Let's go check over on this side. Let's see, you got anything I need to adjust over here? Little lump right there, but that's about it. And then I can attach this to a pendulum finally. And we'll see if I have enough time to go do the last bit of physics, and looking at it right now, I think I do. I do not think I will be rushed if I go to try to work on it now. I think I might even be able to finish it. depending on ankles. You know, I did not expect ankles to be the thing stopping me from potentially getting skirt physics done today. The world is full of surprises. Every day, you just gotta look for them. Do something new and exciting. Or something old and exciting. As long as it's exciting. I mean, personally, I still get excited by some of the stuff that I do, like, every day. Being able to hang out with my kids. Being able to come and draw some stuff. Maybe animate some stuff. Do fun stuff. All the stuff. It's actually not that hard to make every day exciting. I guess it just depends on your definition of exciting. Personally, I think day-to-day life, where you just doing normal things, can still be fun and exciting. If those day-to-day things are stuff that you want to be doing. Okay, I think this is fine. Let's go watch it wiggle for a little bit. Okay, let's go put this on a pendulum. I guess I'll go put it with the belt. This will be skirt physics. This, I think I want a pretty big pendulum. So I'm gonna make it long. I'm gonna go like 500 here. I do want it to switch back and forth a little bit, so I will lower damping just a little bit. But otherwise, I think it's just time to move it around. So here we go. This one's not going to move a ton, but I also kept the physics itself fairly reserved, or the rigging itself fairly reserved. So I'll do it 80. 70 for up and down. And we'll see how this looks. Alright, here we go. I think I can do a little bit more. But that is kind of the idea that I was going for. Where it's just a little wiggle. Let's try the straight 100 I've been doing with everything. I guess I kept the rigging reserved enough that I can do this. I can just go. Yeah, I don't think I want to do any more on the damping. I think this is swaying exactly the amount that I want it to, and I will make this lower part sway much more with its own parameter. How do I feel about the belt? I want to take another look at that. That might be a little bit too wiggly. I think it is a little bit too wiggly. So let's wiggle you just a bit less here. Just a bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I might want to wiggle those a little bit more. I'll think about it. But for this big part, that is much better. Okay. So, might wiggle this a little bit more. But first, let's go ahead and do some swish. We're gonna do some swish physics. So you will be skirt, swish, physics. Perfect. And I'm gonna hide the belt again. And I will just go ahead and grab some of these parts and swish. We swish. Might be easier to use the path, but I'm not gonna swish them that hard, so... no. Path is easier. Okay, I changed my mind. Path is easier. When I saw how it was bulging weirdly due to, I don't know, nature of brush, I was like, nah, we gotta do path. The path will let me move the whole thing much simpler. I don't want it to move that much. I just want a little bit of swishing. And these guys will even give me decent templates as to where I want to put these parts. In theory, I can't actually see where they are right now, but... oh, too many vertices, help! We cover the ankles. We do not acknowledge ankles here. So it's probably something like this. And then I'll just use the brush to get the rest into the place. Oh man, I was way off. Whatever, it's fine. We use the brush for the rest. Man, but I can't see. Can't see. Can I? No, I can't hide vertices while I have things selected. So I just gotta zoom in real close. This way I can see where it's kind of supposed to connect here. There we go. I could not see at all. Terrible. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Where I am still pretty much blind, but, you know, I can fix it afterward. It's fine. I'll just do this to get it started. I fear for the ankles on my other angles, though. Oh hey, I actually lined that up pretty well. Nice. Not bad. Okay, let's grab it again and take it the rest of the way. Get a really big brush here and... let's bring it up a little bit more. We'll let this swish. Because swishing things makes things so much more fun. It makes me happy. And I do think that is something important for art, just doing what makes you happy. Okay, and I think I want to flip the center part just a touch more here. Just a touch. There we go. That's nice and flippy. I think that is more than flippy enough. And... can I get away with that? No. Not at all. Okay. I will just... you know what? Can I get away with grabbing all of them at once? Just all the layers here. I go in, put the path in, and I just move them all together. Can I do that? Save myself some time. Or is it just gonna panic? It's kind of panicking. It's weird. If it was gonna panic like that, I would have expected it to panic a little bit more on that side too. Did you really not panic? I guess you panicked a little bit. I have a little gap right there. It's just really big over here. It's big enough that I'm actually kind of uncomfortable leaving it like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and separate these vertices a little bit. Give them a little bit of the personal space back. There's probably still gonna be a little bit of a gap, but as long as it's close enough, I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, I got a smooth, but at the very least, I feel like I got this started nicely. Is it moving more than I want? No, that's about the amount I want. I'm just gonna have to pull some shenanigans with ankles here, but that's alright. I can do that. I kind of expected it to happen, so it's fine. Let's untangle all of these guys here. See, this is what I meant by panic. We got panicking on the other side where everything is just getting super separated, and we got panicking over here where everything is just on top of each other now. Let me go ahead and fix a little bit of the panic here. And I will go ahead and fix some of this. Smooth it all out. Hopefully make it so there's no weird lumps or dents anywhere. Perfect. Okay, I actually want to see how that moves because I think this is a fairly large dent and it's not going to look right. Yes, I need to pull this entire side out. The hazards of using things like the path to form. Sometimes you gotta compensate for it afterwards. Personally, I'm just happy that I no longer have to do it vertex by vertex because back when I first started using this program, the path to form tool did not exist, so or not the path to form, the brush did not exist. Yeah, the path to form did exist from the moment that I started using the program, but the brush did not. And man, it was always an adventure getting everything to look nice with nothing but being able to select singular vertices and path to form only. The brush has been such a boon. I love it. Even if I make fun of it a lot for being the destroyer of worlds. I do feel like it is a destroyer of worlds, but okay. A very friendly and useful destroyer of worlds. Okay, now I gotta figure out the angles here. I think what I'm gonna do here is I will just take this, pull it back just a little. This is so not gonna work for the corners, I don't think, but I think I can make it work here at least. Alright, those are some covered up ankles. But now I just kind of gotta straighten out what I just did. Right through here. Propagate it upwards. And you know what? I think this looks okay. So I think I can leave it like that. hold on, I need to adjust the very top of it, I see. Up here, because I noticed that wasn't aligning with the zippers. And it does need to align with the zippers too. That is also important. Because this should be attached to the zippers. So I do not want them to deviate too far from him. Okay, and I got a little lump out there that I don't like. Let's go ahead and push this back in. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, how does this look in motion? Do the zippers look bad? No, but I think the shadow here looks bad. So let's go ahead and fix that. Fortunately, I think that's a pretty easy fix. And now I can just let him dance again. Okay, this seems fine. So let's see, for up here, we're gonna lower everything and let it squish. So that'll just be kind of like this. I don't think it needs to be very strong, but just enough to get the point across. Fortunately, this will bring everything closer to the ankle, so shouldn't have any ankle problems here. Just bring everything in and down. Squish it all around. Okay, and the other side. I'll probably have to clean that up a little, but that's pretty normal. Okay, it looks nice and squishy. I like it. Let me go ahead and attach the skirt pieces before I start cleaning up everything else. Because I think I have the top of this a little bit too squished in. So I'm gonna have to bring it out a little. Yep, just a little though. Alright though, so he didn't have to come out too far. He was mostly fine. All of these got super squished together, so I'm gonna pull them apart a little. Man, it's really messing things up though. The brush is truly the destroyer of worlds, man. Okay, there we go. Getting everything kind of resolved here, so this way things won't be too thin and pointy. There'll be a little bit of space between these vertices. Just gradually keep stretching them out a bit. Give them just a little bit more personal space. And then I'm just gonna go back and forth until things finally look right. But man, I was not expecting this part to cooperate with me so badly. Why you gotta be like this sometimes, Vertices? I'm doing my best here. I promise. I love you guys. I really do. But I always wish you'd work with me just a little bit more. Be just a little bit nicer. Make my life just a little bit easier. Might just have to actually select the vertices over here to move. It's because I am worried about hitting the skirt over here, and that has... and that fear has probably made me make some bad vertex moving decisions. It's probably why they're a bit angry with me right now. That's okay, now we got them selected, and I don't have to worry about moving the rest of the skirt at all. But over here is still super wrinkly, and I hate it. Hate it. Definitely not want to leave it like that. Oh man, it looks so bad. So I'm just like, come on, vertices, work with me here. Don't be wrinkly. Being wrinkly is good for no one. Trust me. Only trying to help. You can believe in me. I mean, look at everything I've done so far. Don't you think it all looks nice? I do. I think it looks great. Okay, just gonna do the last little bits of smoothing here. And then I think I can move on to the other side, and I will try to be a little bit more gentle with it, so that I don't end up with these problems again. Try not to destroy the world with a brush. Always seems like a good idea. I want to create worlds with my brush, not destroy them. Okay, I think that is fine. So now let's align the other side. Let's see, I think before I do, I'm actually gonna straighten out the floof there. I can definitely tell I'm running out of steam, but it's okay. I've only got one more angle, and I think I have enough in me to do the zippers. The zippers are gonna be easy. I'm just gonna do a little bit of rotation on them, so that'll be easy. I'm actually under the impression that this would be a good place to use the other option. Like, you see that every time I set the physics, I always change it from, like, angle to just XY, because that's what I'm familiar with. I'm under the impression that the zippers would actually be a good place to use the other option, but I don't know how it works, so I'm not gonna. I just don't really feel like figuring out how it works right now. So I'm gonna do with what I'm familiar with and call it good. There's only so much learning you can do in a day. Or, you know, in a singular project. That actually is a point of... One thing that I found myself trying to do when I was learning to draw was I tried to do too many things in each painting at once, and it would make it so it took me like months to finish a single painting, and I don't think that's an effective way to do things. So now whenever I try to start a new thing, I just decide, okay, what's one or two things I really want to work on in this painting? What's one or two things I want to try and experiment with? And I leave it at that. Trying to do more just left me tired and overwhelmed. So I'm trying to do something similar here. Or at least now I am. I wasn't at the beginning. And that was probably a mistake. But I am now. Okay, yeah, that's a swishin'. Swish, swish, swish. I enjoy the swish very much. I think this is gonna look pretty good when it's on pendulum. And then I will just pray that the corners work for me. So that this way, hopefully, I can go out, finish it today, export it, and have it on the model for Saturday. Because yes, tomorrow will be more Ender Lilies. Okay, so here's where I fear for the worst for ankles. I am scared and terrified. Oops. No, I don't want to scale it. Please remove. Thank you. So we make things nice and thick there. Kind of bring it up a little. And I will need to do that all the way through here. Otherwise it will look strange. There we go. I think it's nice and parachutey. I think I still want it to be a little thin at the top. Point those corners in the right direction. And there we go. It's super crunchy. I will need to clean it, but this is, I think, the gist of what I want. Yes. Yes, it is. This is fine. Let's make this less crunchy. Once again, this is kind of where I lamented how fine I made this mesh. It moves very nicely, but I can never adjust any of these just individually. I pretty much always have to use the brush if I do not wish to go completely insane. And I think that is actually a problem. It'd be nice to be able to adjust these individually. So that is something I am keeping in mind for the future. I have realized that I kind of want to do things with as few vertices as possible. So that means some places will definitely need a lot, but, you know, some places probably don't. And I should err on the side of less. And if something is not moving well, then, you know, maybe then I go back and add a few more. Okay, I think that is fine. So let's fan out these guys now. I am terrified. But let's see what I got. Let's see what I got here. Let's fan those guys out. Oh, phew. It's still covering all the ankles. Phew! Okay, I have less to worry about. I was worried, man. I was worried that I was gonna have to pull so many shenanigans with her ankles here. But no, everything worked out. All is well. So... all that's really left is to see how will the corners cooperate with me. Please be kind, corners. I beg. I really, really do hope that they're nice to me. I swear I will give you all the treats, if you are kind. I don't know what kind of treats Vertice's like, but I will figure it out. And I will give it to them if they are just nice to me today. Nice to me for this last little bit I gotta do. Because, man, I would really, really just like to have everything ready. I am determined to do it today. I am very, very determined. Come on, little corners, I believe in you. Don't make my life hard. Alright, but first I gotta straighten out all the floof here because, man, it got super distorted and all that. So let's just go ahead and really smooth this out. This is like the last one, so let's make it good. And I still don't feel particularly like I'm rushing. This is just not that complicated. It's pretty easy, just to add a little bit of extra flippiness to things. So here, go out and try to rig something, and you too can add all the flippiness to things. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. And everything will be so flippy and fun, it always warms my heart. Makes me feel good about myself. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, got a few ankle problems, got whatever this is. Actually, that's a rigging problem here, so... let's fix that there first. Oh yeah, looks like I'll have a little bit of work to do in the corners. More than a little bit, really. Okay, maybe I can't finish it this time. Because that's a shenanigan right there. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. So I'll finish this next time. But do I want to do the zippers? Nah, I think I'll just leave it there. I'll check everything out next time and make sure I still like what I did. And then I will, figure out what to do about stuff like this. Or this. This side's okay. this side has a bit of a problem. Yeah, it's not connecting to the feet. This is just the most egregious side. And there's definitely a bit of distortion in just like everything here. So yeah, this is gonna take a little while to fix, unfortunately. I thought I was so close. Alas, okay. Well, that's alright. We'll have skirt stuff finished for Saturday? I guess I could just export it as it is, since I do have all the parts that would actually show up done up there. Like, you know, all this stuff is already done. So you know what, sure, let's just do it. Let's reset all of my parameters. Turn on relevant layers. I will go ahead and import my session data here. And we'll watch her wiggle a little bit. See if there's any last minute changes I want to make before I export. But no, I think this looks pretty good. I might want to make these floppier. I'll think about it and make a decision for next time. If I want to make those floppier, then I can do it then. But, you know, this still has most of everything here. So we'll be able to make her nice and energetic here for next time. So let's see what's left. Still messing around with the skirt. Still got this little guy to rig. And still got the bottom of her coat and the belts hanging off of it. Got the zippers on the dress. And I want to do a little bit with these little bouncy parts on her shoes. But not a lot. This little guy is going to take the longest. I'm not going to make him spin, but I would like to do a little bit of wiggling. Make him go back and forth a little. I think that should be doable without taking forever. So let's go ahead and export this guy. And that is where I will stop for today. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I will see you all tomorrow.